Is your partner cheating? They don't always leave lipstick on a collar or forget to delete the texts. Sometimes, the betrayal is invisible until it destroys you. You feel it, don't you? That gnawing suspicion, that subtle shift in the air between you. It's not always the dramatic movie scene. Often it's a slow burn, a quiet erosion of trust and intimacy that leaves you questioning your own sanity. You start to wonder if you're imagining things, if you're being too sensitive, or if that little voice inside you is actually screaming a warning you can't afford to ignore. This isn't about becoming a detective or fueling paranoia. This is about recognizing patterns, about understanding the subtle cues that something is fundamentally wrong in your relationship. Because let me tell you, when your gut starts talking, it's usually because it has something important to say. Ignoring these signs, brushing them under the rug, well, that's a recipe for heartbreak, a direct path to a much bigger pain down the road. Let's not kid ourselves. This is tough stuff, but you're tougher. Sign number 1. When connection crumbles. They used to ask how your day went. Now, silence fills the space between you. Remember those days? When they couldn't wait to hear every little detail, when your triumphs were their triumphs and your worries were shared? Now it's like talking to a brick wall. You offer up a piece of your day and you get a grunt, a nod, or maybe just the click of a TV remote. That vibrant connection, that lifeline between two people, it's frayed, maybe even severed, and that silence, let me tell you, it's deafening, isn't it? It screams louder than any argument. You try to bridge the gap, you ask questions, you attempt to engage, but it's like they're a million miles away, even when they're sitting right next to you. Their eyes don't meet yours with the same warmth, if they meet them at all. The laughter that used to fill your home? It's a distant memory. This isn't just a bad mood, not when it stretches into weeks, then months. This is a fundamental shift in the emotional landscape of your relationship, and you need to ask yourself, why? What's causing this sudden ice age? If your partner has emotionally checked out, if they've become cold, distracted, or avoid eye contact, it could be more than stress. It could be guilt. Now stress is real, work is demanding, life throws curveballs. I get that. But there's a difference between a partner who's stressed and leaning on you, and a partner who's stressed and pulling away from you, building fortifications around their heart. Guilt, you see, is a heavy burden. It makes it hard to look someone in the eye, especially someone you're betraying. It makes it hard to feign interest when your mind and heart are elsewhere. This emotional withdrawal is often the first casualty of infidelity. It's where the affair, in a sense, truly begins. They're creating distance to make room for someone else, or to lessen their own discomfort about what they're doing. They might not even be fully conscious of why they're doing it, but the behavior is a blaring red siren. You're not imagining it. Sign number 2, the secret life in their pocket. They never used to care who saw their phone. Now they guard it like a secret diary. Remember when their phone would just lie around, face up, no big deal? Maybe you'd even use it to look something up if yours wasn't handy. There was an openness, a transparency, because there was nothing to hide. Now, that phone is an extension of their body, clutched tightly, screen always angled away from you, or flipped over the second you walk into the room. What changed? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Suddenly, there are new passwords you don't know, or the old ones have been changed without a word. They jump if you even glance in the direction of their phone when a notification pops up. That device, which used to be a simple tool for communication, has become a fortress, a vault protecting secrets you're clearly not privy to. And let me tell you, that kind of secrecy breeds suspicion, and for good reason. It's not about you being nosy. It's about a sudden, drastic shift in their behavior around a very personal device. Cheaters often change passwords, silence messages, or take their phones to the bathroom, not just once, but consistently. We're not talking about an isolated incident here. We're talking about a pattern. The phone goes with them everywhere, to the shower, to the bathroom for extended periods, even on a quick trip to the kitchen. It's always on silent, or it's vibrating in their pocket, and they're constantly checking it, often with a little smirk or a furtive glance around to see if you're watching. These aren't the actions of someone with nothing to hide. They might angle the screen away from you when they're texting, or quickly close apps when you approach. You might notice them deleting call logs or message threads, and if you dare to ask who they're talking to, you're met with a vague answer, a dismissive wave, or even irritation. It's just work, they might say, or it's no one. Sign number 3, The blame game, deflection, and defensive fury. Ask them a simple question, and suddenly, you're the villain. You know what I'm talking about. You calmly ask, "Hey, you were home late, where were you?" Or "Who was that on the phone?" Perfectly reasonable questions in a relationship. And instead of a straightforward answer, you get an explosion. Suddenly, the one with the problem. You're accused of being controlling, insecure, jealous, or trying to start a fight. Sound familiar? This isn't a normal reaction. It's a classic diversion tactic. This sudden, intense defensiveness is a huge warning sign. When someone has something to hide, their guilt often makes them hypersensitive to any kind of questioning. They're already on edge, and your innocent query feels like an accusation, like you're getting too close to the truth. So they lash out. They turn the tables so fast it makes your head spin, putting you on the defensive and derailing the original conversation entirely. It's a smokescreen, plain and simple. If your partner starts accusing you of being paranoid or too sensitive, every time you express concern, pause. This is where you need to really pay attention. When your legitimate feelings and observations are consistently dismissed, when you're made to feel like you're crazy for noticing changes or asking questions, that's a serious issue. They're not just avoiding the question. They're actively trying to undermine your confidence in your own perceptions. This is a dangerous game they're playing. This tactic is designed to make you doubt yourself, to make you back down. If they can convince you that the problem, then they don't have to answer for their own questionable behavior. They get to continue whatever they're doing, and you're left feeling confused, guilty, and maybe even a little bit unhinged. It's a powerful form of manipulation, and it's incredibly damaging to your self-esteem and your ability to trust your own judgment. Cheaters often deflect guilt by making you feel crazy. Sign number 4. The suspicious glow-up, reinventing themselves for someone else. New clothes, new routines, new energy, but not towards you. All of a sudden, your partner, who maybe hasn't bought a new shirt in years or set foot in a gym since college, is undergoing a major transformation. They're hitting the gym religiously, there's a sudden interest in fashion, new cologne or perfume appears, and they're meticulously grooming themselves. Now, self-improvement can be a good thing, right? But you have to ask, who is this sudden burst of effort really for? If this newfound dedication to their appearance and fitness isn't accompanied by a renewed interest in or the relationship, that's a big flashing warning light. If they're getting all spruced up but then heading out with friends you've never met, or if they're glowing with energy that seems to be directed everywhere but your shared life, then something's off. This isn't about them wanting to feel better for themselves, the relationship. It often signals they're trying to impress someone new. If your partner is trying to impress someone, and it's not you, something's changed. It's a painful realization, isn't it? To see them putting in all this effort, looking better than they have in years, and to know deep down that it's not for your benefit. Maybe they're more secretive about these new routines, or perhaps they're overly enthusiastic in a way that feels performative. The key is that this glow-up feels disconnected from you and your partnership. Think about it. When people are happy and secure in their relationship and decide to make positive changes, they usually share that journey. Sign number 5, the unshakable gut feeling, when your intuition screams. The most painful sign is the one you can't prove. This one, folks, this is often the hardest one to grapple with because there's no concrete evidence you can point to, no smoking gun. It's that deep, unsettling feeling in the pit of your stomach, that quiet whisper in your mind that something is terribly wrong. You can't explain it logically, you can't show it to anyone, but you just know. And let me tell you, that intuition is a powerful, powerful thing. It's a subtle shift in the energy between you, the way they look at you, or rather look at you. The way their touch feels different, maybe more perfunctory, less present, or perhaps it's disappeared altogether. The silences that used to be comfortable now feel loaded, heavy with unspoken words and unacknowledged truths. These are the intangible signs, the ones that make you feel like you're going crazy because you can't quite put your finger on what's changed, but every fiber of your being is screaming that it has. You feel it in their touch, in the silence, in your gut. Your body often knows before your mind is willing to accept. That clench in your stomach when they say they're working late again. That sudden wave of anxiety when their phone buzzes with a message from an unknown number. That feeling of deep loneliness even when they're in the same room. Final words, trusting your truth, moving forward from suspicion. Not every distance means betrayal, but when the signs add up, don't silence yourself. It's true, relationships have ebbs and flows and stress can create temporary divides. But when you see a consistent pattern of these heartbreaking signs, when your gut is churning and the person you love feels like a stranger, it's time to stop making excuses and start seeking clarity. You owe it to yourself to understand what's really going on, because living in a fog of suspicion and doubt is no way to live. You deserve love that doesn't lie behind locked screens or whispered goodnights full of guilt. You deserve a partner who is present, honest, and emotionally available. You deserve transparency and respect, not secrets and deflections. If the trust in your relationship has been fractured by these behaviors, it's a serious wound that needs to be addressed, not ignored. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on building healthy relationships.